Wow, look at this! Today we will make this amazing 3D card. It's super easy but super fun to make. You don't need to know anything about Procreate or Procreate Dream. I will show you everything you need to know, and the final result will be amazing. It's a super nice, cute gift. You can send anyone you want. Not just Valentines, you will learn so much new things, and if you're gonna share your work online, please tag me so I can see your work and add it to the next videos and other people can get inspired by your work. It will be an amazing tutorial. Let's get started. Let's start by creating a new canvas. I'm going to use my screen size, those are my dimensions, and you can use the same. The color palette is in the description, you can download it for free. For the background, we're going to use this color. So I'm going to click on the layers, background color, and click here. Now let's create a square. So I'm going to choose a white color, and I'm going to use the calligraphy monoline brush, this one. And I'm just going to create a square, like so. I'm not lifting my pen, because I will put my finger to make a perfect square. Nice! Now I'm gonna just drop the white color here, and I'm gonna use this as a base for all the 3 pages where we're going to work. On the first page we have a different color, but we're not gonna change our base, so I'm gonna create another layer, use clipping mask, and then use the pink color, this one, and just drag and drop it here. Now let's group those layers, like so, and we will call it first page. Now on a new layer, I'm going to draw the panda. The panda is also need to be clipped to the base, so I'm going to click on it and clip. Using the same monoline brush and about 20% brush size, I'm going to draw a circle, something like this. Hold it, see if I like it. Let me click edit. Maybe I will change it a bit, move it up. Just until I'm happy with the shape. Nice. So I'll click the brush again and just close it from the bottom so I can drop the color. Now it doesn't look much like a panda, so we need to add some ears using the black color, and don't forget to put it under the head. And now we can add some nice big ears. Don't forget to close it, the shape under the head, because we're gonna fill it with black. Nice. Starting to look like a panda, right? So on a new layer, we're gonna do the eyes now. For the eyes, I'm just gonna draw a circle, hold it until I'm happy, and then click the arrow and use the warp, because I want to have a dent here on this side, something like this. So I'm clicking on the cursor again, and using the freeform or uniform, doesn't matter. I'm just gonna drag it somewhere here. Duplicate, click the arrow again, flip horizontally and move it again, something like this. So the only thing we're looking here is that they will be on the same level, because right now I will group them and move them together. I want to make them a bit smaller and move them to this side, like so. On a new layer, we're going to draw the eyes, the smiling eyes. Yes. Nice, look at that. So we need the nose also. So I'm going to choose the black color and draw a nice oval nose. And under the nose, whoop, whoop. Nice. So you will have something like this. Now let's go to the background above this layer and let's draw the rays. So I'm going to use the white color, and starting from here, from this dot, you can draw a dot here, imaginary, and just draw rays. They don't need to be perfect, they just need to look and go from this end. Now, just in case, I will close all the lines in the middle. And also outside, because we only see it in the card, but actually those lines go to the sides too. Now I can just drop the colors, click continue filling, and just do each second round, like so. We're going to change the blending mode for this to overlay and change the opacity until I like what I see. So I like it here. Now this panda needs a heart in his head. So on a new layer, I'm going to use the black color, and let's first draw something like so. And on the new layer again, I'm going to draw the heart. Whoop. Nice. Now I'm going to move it with the arrow so it will be perfectly aligned, something like this. And let's add some shading. So using the clipping mask on a new layer, and using, for example, let's use this color at the end. And I'm going to use airbrushing, the first one. Just make it not too big, like so. I'm going to add a bit here. Nothing too crazy. Nice. We need more hearts. We don't have enough hearts, so I'm going to use the calligraphy brush, the smallest, and I'm just going to draw a lot of small hearts. So starting from here, I will zoom it really close. It just will be easier to do the hearts. I have one heart, and I will duplicate it, rotate it, and move it here. Again, duplicate, rotate the other side, and maybe last time with this heart, and put it here. Nice. Now we can group them, and on a new layer I will draw another heart. I will zoom really close and make a smaller heart, like so. And again, let's duplicate it and move it here, rotate it, duplicate it, move it here, rotate it. Nice. Now let's merge all those hearts together, and on a new layer I'm gonna draw something like so. I don't know what it is, but it just looks so good. So 4 lines not touching together, maybe a popping sound, maybe some light coming out, I don't know. I just like how it looks. Nice. Super. Okay, so we got the first page, and now let's get to the second page. For the second page, we're just going to duplicate the first page and rename it. So it will be the second page. Second page, 02. Nice. And for this page, we need the background, we need the rays, but the panda will be different, and we don't need the hearts. So I will remove the hearts and delete the panda. This we can delete. And maybe delete this heart too. Those I will keep because they will be needed on the third page. So this is what we have. We're going to click on this and rotate it now. So we're doing it here, just maybe. Nice. And just place it here. Maybe freeform. Just a bit, so we don't see what we did there. But like this, it looks very nice. Now for this panda, it will be a bit different. So on a new layer, what I want to do, let me show you the skeleton of what I want. So this panda will be here. We only see the bottom part, and it will be on a ladder. So this is how I see it. So one leg is here, one leg is here, and it's looking something like so. Maybe this leg will be also a bit bent, and then we will have the ladder here. So this is our sketch. Let's make it lighter, changing the opacity. So for the body, let's use the white color and create a new layer, and using the monoline brush with about 20%. Let's create a circle, very simple circle. Hold it, drop the color, just play with the threshold, so the lines will be very nice and you will not have any edges. Now I'm going to use the warp. So as we drew in the sketch, this part will be a bit lower, and this will be a bit higher, and we need some interesting shapes. So on the sides I will make it a bit straighter, something like so. Looks very nice. So clicking on the arrow again and using the freeform, I will just put it up. And you see it's not clipped. So it's going outside of our main. So I'm going to delete this and just use clipping, and that's it. So this circle doesn't look like a panda yet because we're missing a tail and we're missing the legs. So on a new layer, I will create some legs. So this leg will be like so. And this leg will be like so. Just draw two simple sausages. And I want to drop this one under the body. So this leg is too big. So I'm going to highlight it with this tool, then use the arrow to make it a bit smaller until I like it. I can even rotate it a bit. Maybe make a bit smaller. Too small or not? Something. Nice! But it's missing the ladder. So on a new layer, make it just above and below all the panda shapes we did. So on a new layer, using this color here at the end, and using the monoline brush, I'm just going to do a couple of lines. So first I will start with those lines, and then I will add a couple of lines. Just make sure the space between them more or less is the same. It doesn't need to be perfect. I like what I see. Now let's work on the third page. So I'm going to duplicate page number 2, just rename it to 03, and let's hide and delete the panda. We will not need the panda anymore, so I will delete it with the ladder. We don't need the rays. I will also delete them. And we don't need the color. We only need the white color. So on a new layer, I also will clip it. Now I will choose this purple, nice color. And let's choose a different brush. So for this, I will choose, let me check. So we can use artistic, and we can use this brush. It really doesn't matter which brush you use, because what I'm doing here is I want to create, I will make the brush larger, like so. I'm just going to create some edges. So this is all I want. You can do it even with monoline brush or any brush that you want. Just adding a bit more. Nice. Super nice, cute edges. Now let's draw some lines so we can write the message. So for this, I will use maybe this or this color, or we will use this color. Well, let's use this one, the last one. So using our monoline brush, make it the smallest you can. And I'm just going to draw a couple of lines. Just make sure they're straight. Use your finger, hold your pen, and just keep in mind that the space should be more or less the same between the lines. Now let's write the message on a new layer using the black color, and you can use also any brush you want. So in the calligraphy, we got a lot of brushes, but some are very hard to use. Some are easier. I think the monoline will be the easiest, but I will try the brush pen. It will be a bit hard. I don't do calligraphy, but let's try it out. So I will write Happy Valentines. So happy. Happy. And as I remember, it's with A. I don't like my N. I will do it again. Time. Actually, I did pretty good. So the trick here, I think, is just to regulate how hard you press. So some parts are light pressed, some are more pressed. I'm not a calligraphy artist, so this could be wrong, but for me it looks good, so it's good enough for me. So on a new layer, using this color, we're gonna draw some hearts. I'm gonna go back to my monoline brush and maybe a bit thicker. Just start drawing pretty hearts. One heart here, one here, one here, one here, and maybe one here. Now just dropping the color, continue fill, and just click on all those hearts. Now we're finished. We have 3 pages. We have page number 3, second, and the first one. They look amazing, but we need to do one more thing to make our life much more easier in Procreate Dream. To do that, I need the base layer. So this is the base layer. I will duplicate it, and don't use the one that is clipped, but use the other one. And I will just transfer it to the top, like so. Oops. Again, I'll try. Nice. I will hide all my pages. And now I will click here and canvas and edit drawing guide and edit drawing guide. So now what I want is to make a guide. So it doesn't matter which size you have of the grid size, but I'm using about 99 pixels and it's looking good. Maybe the thickness, I will make the thickness bigger and the opacity bigger. Nice. Okay, so using this base, what we created, and freeform, I will need to place two of them on the page. So one will go here. Use it more or less, try to make it more or less go inside the pixels. It doesn't need to be perfect, but it's more or less needs to be there. I will duplicate it and place it here. You see, it's getting out, so it's not good. I will put it a bit here till here. Hopefully this will get the job done. If not, we will need to make the shape a bit smaller. Yep. So we will need to make the shape a bit smaller. Just use the uniform, don't use the freeform. Uniform, but it still should be the same because we're using squares, so should be all good. And just a bit of space I added here left, so we can see where's the middle. So I will group them and put it somewhere in the middle, so we have the same number of squares left and right. This is good. Again, doesn't need to be perfect. We're just making some guides. Now using, for example, let's use yellow color, very bright. And I'm going to add some dots. So the first dot is where is the middle. We'll do it on a new layer. So one dot is here, one dot is here, one dot is here, one is here, one is here, one is here. Now we do for the perspective. We're doing diagonally. Like so. So why did I do this? This is for the perspective. Of course, the perspective is not correct as it should be in books, how it says to do. But we're not going for super realistic 3D effect. We're doing for a 3D effect that looks like 3D effect, that is super easy, fun, and doesn't take a lot of time. It looks good. You will see. It looks very, very good, very realistic. So this is all we need. We only need those dots and the grid. So I will hide the white block and I need to make a screenshot like this. You can import this in Procreate Dream. If you don't do this, I will attach it in the description. You can download and start working on it right away. Now, last preparation is to flatten. Just make sure every layer is visible. You click on it, flatten. You click on it and flatten again, flatten. Now we can delete this and let's go to Procreate Dreams. In Procreate Dreams, we're going to create a new movie. This is called not a canvas, but a movie. I'm going to use widescreen, empty, and going back to Procreate with one finger and click on the layer, click. We don't need this layer because this one is in the screenshot. So I'm going back to Procreate Dreams and just drop it here. It's super easy. I'm going to create a new track, move it lower, everything, and fill it with our background color. To import the palette, it's also very easy. We go back to Procreate. We have our palette here, but just click on Palettes, find your palette, click on it, hold, open Procreate Dreams, and drop. Nice. Now click the drawing mode. This is the drawing mode. Now go to the color, find your color palette here. So I will do the background. This is the background, and I will drop it. Let me make it smaller. I'll click and drop it here. Not inside, but outside, because outside will color everything. Nice. And I will group our layers. So how I did that is I got into this mode, and using this pencil, I highlighted all the layers I will be working on. And just click and group. Now, because it's grouped, I can resize everything all together. So I'll click anywhere here. Just remember to exit this mode. Click again, and you see we have 4 dots. Now I click on any one of them and just make it a bit smaller, like so. But let's start from this side. So I will put it here. Nice. Now, we don't see the background. Where is the background? We have the background, but now it's missing. It's here, but because we created only one key point, only one frame, it's only visible in this duration. So we need to click on it and click fill duration. And now it fills all our 5 seconds of the project. Nice. So I'm gonna open this group and let's move the stuff here around. So this one will be the first one. This one will be the second frame, and this one will be the last one, last page. So again, I'm clicking here, fill duration, fill duration. It's just much easier. The other way to do it is click here and move it by hand, but it takes too much time, and I'm very lazy. So we did this. You can use 3 fingers to make it longer or bigger, so it will be much more easier to work on our tracks here. Now let's import the guide. To do that, we need to click the plus button. But first, let me close the group. Just click anywhere else. This will create the track not inside the group, but outside. And this is how I want. So I click the plus and click the photos and just choose the photo you made. Here is my photo. And as you see, because I was clicking on the background, it created it inside the track. But we just can move it around and not a big problem. So let's resize the guide. I'm clicking on the guide. I'm not in one of those modes and I see the 4 dots. Let me just place it somewhere in the middle like this. Oh, I will open the group. This is the page we're working on. You need to click here on the starting point on this icon, move and distort. Now the 4 dots can move and distort. Now just get really close. Make sure it's touching the grid at those points. Just look at the dots. Don't look at the image you're moving. Just look at the dots like so. Super, super cool. Okay, so this is our first page. And let's move here. I will click here and you see the icon is a bit black and this one is white, you see? Because this one is not activated. So I placed it in 1 second mark and I will click again here. And now the page is opening. How will the page open? To make it open, we need to transfer. I will click again because the 4 dots disappeared. And I need to move it on the dot just below the dot in the middle. And here it will be just above the dot in the middle. The trick here is to make them perfectly in one line, because if you will not, you see, we see it here, it's visible, and we don't want it. We want to be perfectly one under the other, and this way we will not see anything in the middle. You see, it's completely disappeared, and this is how it looks. So we have the page moving. Nice, very, very good. Now for the second page will be visible when the page is turning. So we have a book like this. And this page we just did opens like this. And from here, we're starting to see the second page. So we see, if you see it like this, so it's first not visible, we're in this part. And now we start to see the other part. To do that, what we need to do, this is the second page, this one. So I need to move it to the 1 second mark. Nice. And I will start on the second mark. Not from the third, I will start from the end point. It's just much easier. I will click distort and just move it. But you see, the third page is overlapping the first page and we don't see where we need to put the dots. So I hide it and click again. And now I can just move the dots. So we're just moving it to this dot that we created and here. Now for the other dot, now we move not to the first, but to the second, because we want to add a bit of perspective. So it looks like this. Now for the first page here, we don't want it to be visible. To not make it visible, we need to move the dots. So the closest dots here are going to be on this dot, and this one will be on the lower dot, like so. It's not very hard. It's super easy. Just put it on a dot and put it above. Just make sure we don't see anything in the middle. And I think I don't see it, so I like what I see. So let's see how it looks. So we have the first page, it's moving, and then the other page is visible. Super. But to make it better, just click on this or here and click Set All Easing to Linear and do the same here. Click on Set to Linear. Now we can see how it looks. Wow! So now we can show the last page, the third page, and at this position, it needs to be on the same three dots as this page. So I will click here, move, distort. We don't see it, but still we need to put the dots here. If it's hard for you and you don't see where you're going, just hide the first page and work on this page. So I got my dots hidden, so I click again, I move it here, and I move it here. This will be the starting position. Here you need to make sure it's not visible through the first page. Now on this position, I will click again, but I will not change anything. But on this position, I will want to add perspective. You see it's touching those dots and not these dots. So click again, move it here, and move it here. Nice. Okay, let's check what we have. Whoop! Wow! Wow, look at that. Let's hide the guide, because we don't need the guide. And let's check again how it looks. 4 fingers to make it full screen. And let's play. Wow. I see a small gap in the middle. So I will fix it right now. So I will delete this keyframe. I go to the last one. And on the last one, I will just move it around. So the pages will be touching. Just a bit. They can overlap. It doesn't matter. It still will look good. So 4 fingers. Let's check it out. Nice. We don't see any gaps and it's looking amazing. But we need to add more. So let's add some shadows. So click here, filter, and this. And this is the first page. So this page, when it opens, it's light. But as it goes here, it needs to get much more darker. So I will put 30%. Let's check it out. Wow, look at that. Now, when this page is opening, we don't see it. And it also needs to be a bit darker. I will make it about 40%. And as it opens, it lights it up. But 40%, and as it opens, need to light up. So I will click again and make it back as it was 50%. Whoops, super nice. Now for this page, when it's closed, click the filter. It needs to be dark, so maybe I will add 30%. And when it's open, I will just add 50%. And now we can just click play, 4 fingers, and enjoy. Okay, this is super nice, but we need to add one more thing. We have too much space here on the left side, and I'm gonna fix it now. So I'm going to go to the group. This is our group. I will make it a bit smaller with 3 fingers. Now, I'm not in any of those 3 modes, and I'm gonna just transfer it where I want it in the middle. I will make it a bit bigger. Something like this. And then on the 1 second or 2 second, I will change it and move it in a different way. So I'll click this icon, move and distort. You see we have two of them. One is here, one is here. And on this one, I will move it in the middle and make it a bit smaller. Something like so. Now let's check it out. Wow. Okay, it looks very good. Let's play it out. Whoa. Nice. Look at that. Let's click on the title. Click on timeline and ping pong and play it again. Now it moves back and forth. Wow, it's so pretty. Wow. Very, very nice. Now we can add a bit more effects. So we don't need the guide anymore. I will delete it and delete the track. And here I will create a new track. And this track will be under the card, but above the background. And I will go to drawing mode and choose some nice purple color, or maybe this one, I don't know. Let's actually choose this color, go to classic, and then just make it more red and go to something like this, very bright red, somewhere here. So using the monoline brush, I will draw heart. So starting from here, whoop, and whoop. I will drop the color, super nice. Now, for some reason, I started creating here and not here because this one was not selected like so. So I created here. It's not a big problem. I'm just going to transfer it here and that's it. And I'm going to fill duration. So when do I need this heart? I want this heart when it starts to be in the middle. I will exit it from the drawing mode so I can move it around. I will put it here so it's not will be visible. And when it opens, I want that heart. Let's move and scale. Put it here. Nice. Now let's check it out. And it's opening and the heart is there. See how nice it is? And I will place it here. And now I'll go to this mode. This mode is a new mode. It's a record mode. We didn't use it yet. So I'll click on it, and now as soon as I start moving, it will add the key points automatically. Let me check. So I'll show you how it does. So I'm moving, and you see it's moving also, and it's adding all the key points I want. So if it will pass the 5-second mark, it doesn't matter because we will not see it. We will only see what's inside. So whoop. Whoa, look at that. Super nice. Okay, let me duplicate it. Duplicate, track option, and duplicate. Now I will delete all those move and scale, and I will add another move and scale. So heart starts from here, and on the 2-second mark here, I will add move and action, move and scale, and I will, oops, you see I'm still in this mode. This is not good. So I will go back, move and scale, and I will exit from this mode. And move the heart here. I will make it a bit smaller and put it here. Now again, we go into this mode, recording, and I'll start just moving it a bit. Now let's check how it looks. For some reason, it starts from there, so I'll fix this too. So the issue here, 3 fingers to show more, and here. So the issue here is that we don't have a starting point here. I will click here, and I will move it. Oops, you see it's again recording. My bad. I'll put it again here again, remove the recording, and put it in the middle. Now, look how it looks. Whoop. Whoa, 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 whoa. I like it very much. So let's try another way. Okay, so I will duplicate it again, track option, duplicate. I will remove the move and scale. And I think I will need much more hearts, so I will duplicate it maybe 3 times. Track option, duplicate. And for each of them, I will start right away from the recording. So I'll click the recording, and I will start moving it around very interestingly. Something like so. Now, 3 fingers to make it smaller, bigger, and do the same for this one. Record is on. And this time I will go down. Ooh. Ooh. Nice. Now zoom it. Let's do on this one. Again, from the starting position. Record is on. This time I will go down. Wow! Look at that. So much hearts. Nice. Now the last one. I'm clicking on the last one. I think I disable it, but doesn't matter. I will turn it on. This one is on. Now it's going up. Wow. Look at this. Wow. Okay. Let's check it out. Wow. 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 That is really, really amazing. Wow, the final result is just amazing. You can send this card not just on Valentine's, anytime you want to give someone, birthdays, different occasions, anything you want. It looks amazing. It was super easy. We learned so much. If you're gonna share it, please tag me so I can show it on the next video so other people can get inspired by your work too. That will be so much fun to see all your work. Thank you for watching and see you on the next video.